In North Carolina, property is divided according to our state's Equitable Distribution Act. Dividing property is a four-step process. First, you must identify what property and debts you and your spouse have that need to be divided. Second, property and debts will need to be classified as either marital, separate, or divisible. This is important because under North Carolina law, only marital and divisible property is subject to equitable distribution. Marital property is any real or personal property acquired by either you or your spouse, whether individually or together, beginning from the day you got married through the day you and your spouse separated. Real property refers to real estate, your home. Personal property is all the rest of your stuff: cars, bank accounts, businesses, retirement accounts and pensions, etc. Divisible property is any increase or decrease in the value of marital property after the date of separation and before the property is distributed. It also includes any property or property rights received after separation, but that are the result of efforts made by either of you during the marriage, such as bonuses, commissions, and contractual rights. Passive increases and decreases in marital debt, as well as financing charges and interest on that debt, may also be classified as divisible property. Separate property includes any real or personal property obtained by either you or your spouse before you got married, or that either of you inherited or received as a gift during your marriage, although there are some exceptions. Third, all marital and divisible property must be valued as of the day that you separated from your spouse. If there's a long period of time between the day of separation and the day your property and debts are distributed, you may also need to know what the value is on the day these are divided. Finally, property must be distributed between you and your spouse in a way that is the most equitable. By equitable, we're referring to what is fair, not necessarily what is equal. While it is presumed that an equal distribution would be the fairest, the court's allowed to divide things unequally after considering various factors and circumstances, if that would be the more fair thing to do. In an ideal situation, you and your spouse will be able to agree on how to divide your property when you separate. However, if you can't agree, you will need to file a lawsuit asking the court to divide your property, which is a lengthy and often quite expensive process, especially if your case involves complex property issues. Bellengrath Family Law has experience helping clients divide their property with their spouse by either negotiating or mediating with your spouse until you're able to reach an agreement, or, if necessary, by going to court to have your property divided by a judge. If you and your spouse have property you need to divide, we'll be happy to help.